back, rivals. This is Xonia, and you are in the zone. We're going to be doing our 5 ELO match today. This is another special daughter edition, and she is very active right now, so maybe we will get to hear quite a bit of her squealing. Anyway, let's get right down to it today. First, a few things. I just wanted to say thank you. We've hit 250 subscribers. That is so awesome. Totally blows my mind. You guys are the best. I'm just so thankful that you guys have been just so supportive in everything that I've done. This week also, I just wanted to say that I was trying to get out another video. I've had some people tell me that they'd really like me to give a specific deck building video. I'm not really sure what I can do for that, so I wrote something up, but I didn't get everything quite finished, so I'll be putting that out next week. So be ready for that next week as one of my additional videos. It's been really busy for me, and I just wanted to say again, starting from this week, I'm actually going to start having a little bit more time at work again, and so with not being completely drowned by everything at work, that's going to give me plenty of time to hopefully be able to work on these videos at least a little bit more. So hopefully you'll be able to get more than just a 5 ELO match video coming after this. So let's go ahead and get into it because we don't want to spend too much time listening to announcements. So this week, again, let's get into our collection. If you do not want to watch me actually make this deck, then please go ahead and click on the link that's going to be floating around up here somewhere. You can skip straight to the matches. Otherwise, let's get into making our deck. So I've already opened up our missions, so we got our legendary missions. And we already know over here that for Montana, we've got all but the 5th one done for Montana, so we don't need to do that. All of them done for FPC now. I've been blitzing the missions. We've still got Sacron, but I told you that I was going to be doing those on my own, so that means that we've basically got Skeelz and we've got Piranhas. And what do you know? We've got both Skeelz poison damage and Piranhas poison damage. So we're going to have a little bit of a fight here maybe over which one of these is actually going to get their poison in while we're trying to do these, but let's go ahead and make a poison deck. Like I said, next week I'll be putting out how to make a deck, but the basic idea then for a lot of these decks is you have to figure out some kind of theme or a topic or something that you want to work with. And so this time it's obviously going to be poison. We've already narrowed it down to our 2 clans of Skeelz and Piranhas, so we're going to make a Skeelz and Piranhas poison deck. I'm not going to make this one budget because I'm not really sure what kind of budget we'd be looking at anyway for Skeelz and Piranhas. So let's go ahead and go into our collection. First, let's go ahead and let's look at Piranhas first. Why not? Alright, so we'll go into our collection. So the first thing you're going to want to do, again, I said try and think of a theme or some cards that you really want to put into your deck. And so that's what we're doing right now. We know that we want both Piranhas, and we want Skeelz, and we want poison. So let's go ahead and go through and just find all of the poison cards we have, and then just take a look at those, and then that'll help us build the rest of our deck once we know what we have and what we want to use. Okay, so we've got Greesh. I'm going to put everything in here, even if I don't necessarily think it is the best card ever. Who else do we have here with poison? We've got Pest. Nope, that's definitely Rascal, and we did not want to go to his page. Oh, thank goodness for a slight lag. Alright, you're gonna let me put Pests in here this time. Alright, so we've got Pests now. We got Rascal. Rascal actually would have worked fairly well as one of the ones that we had. Alright, Rascal's gonna be a really good poison one that we definitely will want in our deck, despite some of the other less than desirable poisons that we've already put in here. Pills. I don't know, do we have another one here in Piranhas that I'm not thinking of right now? I don't think Piranhas really has that much poison going on in it. I think Greesh is probably going to be our best one, right? Yeah, no other poison right now. So we've only got 3 cards right now. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at that though, because I don't see anything else with poison. If you're really worried about this, if you don't know what you actually have, if you're one of those people, you can go ahead and go back to Curlad. We'll open up Curlad. Curlad is a really good site for researching cards. If you're not sure about what we do or don't have available to us, you can go ahead and just go straight in here and say, okay, let's look at, why did I go to Nightmare? I want Piranhas. Go to Piranhas. You're gonna go to Nightmare again. You're gonna go to Nightmare. Let's go back to Piranhas. And, go to these abilities. Once we actually get there, and we can scroll down and we'll just find poison. Search. I know this is just going to do poison for everything, I think. It's not going to give me a specific clan. However, you can dictate who you want in here. So you could say piranhas. It's probably faster if I would have just looked straight down, but Greesh, Pest, and Rascal. Okay, so that's what we were looking at there. And then just to make it a little bit faster, since we were also going to do Skeelz, right? Scroll down here to Skeelz. Click Skeelz. Check out what poison cards we have. I know Dunia is one of them. CR, Eloxia, Greem, and Todd. Okay, so let's head back to our collection. Go ahead and go to Skeelz. Let's see what happens once we put them all in. I think it's going to put us well over 25, unfortunately. I'll go back to the database. I'm going to pull this off, go back to everything with poison. If we look at that right now, 5, 4, 3, and 2 is 14. And then with our piranhas half, 14, 18, 24, that's 27 already, so we're going to have to pull out some of our cards, which is fine, that's not a big deal at all. I'm going to go ahead and leave Eloxia in here because she's got the, so I think she's going to work out really well. Dunia, 9 power, so really easy to get hers in. What else did we have? Can't remember now. Already spaced them. I know there's Todd. Todd's a really bad poison card. He's not that bad, he's not good. I guess that's the best way to say it. He's not good. Greem is ELO banned as well, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think we can actually put Greem in our deck. Yeah, Greem is ELO banned. Perma-banned for right now. So despite the fact that Todd may be an absolutely horrible card, we'll go ahead and put him in there anyway. So if we've got everyone but Greem, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means we've got 10 from the Skeelz, 10 stars, and from Piranhas, 4, 7, 11s, that's 21. We gotta fit 2 2-star cards into our deck, 2 more 2 stars. So if we've only got room for 2 more 2 stars, then right now we've got nothing but poison. So what I'm thinking of is if you've got a poison deck, you got to be able to stay alive after you get the poison, because you're going to be dumping a lot of pills in there. And so the best way to do that is probably to have DR. So let's go ahead and throw a red ray in here. That's one way. You can find some other ways, like trying to exhaust their pills by having a lot of attack manip, or trying to have defeat minus pills cards like Plunk, but since we've only got room for 2 stars, I think it's going to be best if we just, at least while we have the option here in Skeelz, let's go ahead and put that DR in there, and then we go back to Piranhas. Oh, my daughter has come over here to visit me. Is there any secret hint? Which Piranhas card should we choose? No, don't touch the red light. Don't touch the red light. That's gonna make it bad for everyone. What 2-star should we use here? Well, see, there are no DR. There's no real DR for Piranhas. So when we're looking at Piranhas 2 stars, again, I think it's gonna be easier if we just go in here and you think we should put Parmabarb in there? Is that what you were saying? Well, I don't know. Let's check it out. So let's go ahead and go back here to Piranhas, and then you can filter by stars. So go ahead and put 2 in for both, and search, and this should give us all of the Piranhas 2 stars. If you just want to, well, 0 characters found. Excellent. Hopefully it will find more than 0. If it pops up every once in a while, Curlad does not actually find everything, and so it can be good to... Oh, you're not going to give it to me again. Okay. Alright. You really don't want me to find any of those 2-star cards, do you? Pass the baby back to them. Alright, so I guess Curlad is dead set on not letting me find those Piranhas cards for right now. Well, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright, if you're not going to give it to me, then we'll just go through it the normal way. We've got Dante. We could try and bluff some pills with Hawkins if we wanted to. Who else do we have that's a decent 2-star? I mean, Parmabarb would be good, but it looks like he's banned at the moment. We don't want Puff because we don't have any support. Spicy would give us that SOA, but it's still not exactly what we're looking for. So I guess we're looking at either Hawkins, which I've already told you about before I'm not a huge fan of because you know he's not going to go that far in if you really know the cards well. Or we could try and throw in Amaryl Coco because he's going to be able to force Attack Manip in order to actually use Attack Manip. So let's go ahead and throw Amaryl Coco in there and take a look at our deck and see how we're doing now. This is going to be a little bit riskier, so one of the other things that you always have to keep in mind is what your deck is actually going to look like. And so as a result, you need to always be aware of what the makeup of your deck is. And so in this deck, we've already got 2 5-stars. I believe we have both Pess and Xonia. And that's not going to do us a whole lot of good in the long run because both of those 5-stars, while they are, well, they're decent. I mean, we're looking at a poison deck here. We're not looking at the best. It means that you're going to have kind of this gap between really good cards and then some cards, basically. And having that gap of cards means that sometimes you're going to end up with less than what you want because you've got a lot more 2-stars in here, which means we could get a very bad low-star draw. Also, because of the way that this deck is running and because we're doing poison, remember the point of this deck and the reason we're using this is because we want to do the poison, which means that ideally we're actually going to want to lose with Eloxia if we can't win with one of our other cards in the first round, which means that Eloxia we're either going to have to try and win with, or we're going to dump her and she's not going to be worth anything at all other than just a few poison, which again, not ideal. Now because we have so many poison cards in our deck, if you notice there are only 2 cards that are not poison, that means we're guaranteed a draw of at least 2 poison cards every single hand. And that's good because it means that at least Eloxia should not have to be used for her defeat unless we just end up against a really, really, really bad draw. Thankfully we have Skeelz and Piranhas as well, and one of the reasons we should be thankful for this for poison is that we've got SOB in case we encounter an SOA clan. We also have protection ability in case we can encounter SOA abilities, and so basically no matter what we should be able to throw at least one, unless of course we end up with, you know, some SOA abilities and we draw 3-1 with 3 Piranhas and 1 Skeelz. So basically the way this deck is going to work is no matter what we're going to get poisoned, we're probably going to go in big. Our opponent is going to know that. They're either going to pill nothing or they're going to try and pill more than us. And I think we're just going to play a little bit risky today. I'm going to hope that the people are feeling like they don't want to get poisoned, which most people don't. Most people really do not want to get poisoned, especially if it's a card like Rascal or Pest. So if we've got those, we're going to go in really far and then hope that we can just survive long enough to get a little bit more poison done. Now obviously because of the way that these work, we're looking for 30 poison and 40 poison. 40 poison for Piranhas, poison for Skeelz, or either way. Whichever way it is, if you notice here we've got poison 1 on 2 of our cards and poison 2 on another. In the same way we've got poison 1 on a few of our cards and poison 2 on another. Now we need to remember here, it's going to be better to have that poison 2 because that's going to get us closer to our goal faster. It's also going to be a bigger pain for our opponent. However, also we need to remember that if we play Skeelz outside of ELO, we'll be allowed to use Green, which is a poison 3 card, which means that we can finish up Skeelz a lot faster. So we should put priority on our Piranhas card, and so that's basically the way it looks. So our number 1 priority card to win with is probably going to be Greesh, which is going to be hard, but because he's only 6 power, opponents are going to be hesitant to pill as much. Hopefully they won't be a little more hesitant. And then we're going to try and use cards like Redra to stay alive, or a card like Amaryl Coco. Another thing that we could do if we wanted to is take out a few more of these poison cards and put more D in. That would allow us to ensure that we would be able to keep alive long enough to get the full use out of this poison. So for example, instead of Eloxia, we might want to put Dwan in, or instead of let's see, instead of Pest, or instead of Rascal, we could throw Cassiope in, but I'm gonna go ahead and just go with more poison, because the more poison, the more fun, and that lets our opponent know that we're gonna be serious about our poison early. This is probably gonna be a horrible deck for ELO, but there's only one way to find out, and let's get in. Oh wait, are we at 26 stars? Did I just notice we're at 26? That's undesirable. If we are at 20, we are at 26. That means we have to drop a star somewhere. Oh boy, off on the star count by 1, it seems. Okay, well, if we are off, we obviously cannot remove any more of our 2 stars, which means we're either going to need to pull one of our 4 stars out down to 3 stars, or we're going to need to pull one of our 3s down to a 2. If it's one of our 3s, it means we either need to get rid of Xonia or Grish, I guess. So, as you guys just heard me saying, one of the things we could do is pull out a few more poison and put some other cards in that will help us last a bit longer. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do then is, I guess I'm going to go ahead and, we've already got a kind of low Skeelz side, so instead of putting Xonia in, I love this defeat, but it's just not going to do us any good. I'm actually going to drop Xonia down to a 4-star card, and I'm probably going to end up dropping Xonia down to, what's his name? I can't remember it right now. Why can't I remember his name? I'm sure you all know who I'm going straight for right now. Kefren, that's it. I want to say Manfred, but it's definitely not Manfred, it's Kefren. So we've opened it up to our, go ahead and just search for him straight. Searching for him straight is a little bit better than going down, because then you can switch back to your deck a little bit faster. You put him in your deck, wait for the screen to flash, switch to my deck, wait for the screen to flash again, delete Kefren, and then that will bring up everything in your deck instead of having to reload absolutely everything you've got. It looks like we've still got Skeelz up here. We can go ahead and drop Xonia as soon as we are back here. So go ahead and drop that. And so now we are only guaranteed at least 1 poison card. But we are still guaranteed at least 1 poison card, and that is what we want. So now that I believe we have everything that we want, oh man, at least I'm glad I caught that before we tried to go into yellow. Alright, well, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and close up our other tabs that we do not need to try and prevent lag. We've had some really good New Blood releases recently. I've been very excited to see what's going to happen, except I'm also a little frustrated with Fairbanks. Fairbanks is going to be a huge pain. Hold on just 1 minute. Let me go ahead and restart. Okay guys, sorry about that. Just wanted to restart there for a second to try and make sure that I'm not lagging too much. As you can see, now we are back at nothing for ELO. We're starting out at 1,000. So I was saying about Fairbanks. I think he's an absolutely amazing card for Montana. He is definitely a great replacement for Mona. Even though his min is 1 higher, the minus 12 is just absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a huge pain here. Alright, so it looks like we're going against HB Mark 50. I've got a Frozen Nightmare Raptors cards deck. We've got Hawkins, Sabranek, Sybil, and Walkie, and one thing we need to watch out for Walkie is that Confidence +3 power, which is absolutely going to rip us apart. Okay, so we've got Pest, Xonia, Redra, and Todd. So our 2 options here, we can go with Todd, who is going to give us a lot of poison, but definitely not win us this match. Or we could go with Pest, and the problem with Pest is that he still has Hawken, and so we need to prevent the Hawken absolute destruction. Sabranek is only going to be able to get 2 right now, which means they're probably not going to try and win with that. Sybil will not want to copy my 7-1 Todd. He could try and go in with Walkie first, but overall I think what we're going to do is we're going to expect him to not want to win this round, so we are going to go ahead and go with 5 anyway, even though this is way too many pills. I don't expect to see him play more than 5 pills with anything unless he is absolutely certain he does not want me to win, in which case we may see a few more pills with Sobrinak, just because he knows he's going to be able to get 2 back and hope that he can activate Walkie. My guess, though, here is that we're going to see something like a Hawken. He was hoping for a Hawken and then Walkie follow-up. So, basically what I'm expecting right now is, and this is another thing that I think can be fun with a poison deck like this, he's not going to play a lot. Okay, we do see Sobrinak. How many is he going to go in? He's going to go 6? Just 4. Alright, excellent. So we have prevented Sobrinak from allowing to activate Walkie's courage already, or confidence already. One of the things that our opponent is going to... Oh, really? He did not go with Hawken already. Okay, he's going to be copying power damage. Our opponent is probably not going to be expecting us to play a whole lot here. And Walkie definitely could cause some trouble. I think we're just going to go with Xonia. We can still get the 2 poison from Todd. Now the thing is that our opponent is not expecting us to actually play that many pills. See, if we play Redra now, then we cannot use Redra against Walkie. Hawken is going to be able to beat us. I'm expecting this Sybil does not have that many pills on her at all. You know, I think just for fun, and because I think this is going to be a low pill, but HB Mark might actually be playing more, I'm expecting this is probably just a 2-pill Sybil. I probably should go like all in with Pest just to really catch him off guard, and that would basically end the game. So, as I expected, this was a 1 or 2-pill Sybil. I should have gone in with Pest. That would have been an absolutely amazing basic first round for me if I had gone ahead and done that. But that is not what happened. Alright, so what do we have here? We've got Sybil has now activated Walkie, but not Hawken. And so, because Walkie is here, we want to force Walkie to play at least 1 pill. The thing is when I throw Xonia, we're definitely, or at least Walkie is not going to be expecting me to play that many pills. So what I'm going to do to try to catch him a little bit off guard here, I probably should have saved more, but he's probably going to be expecting me not to play that many pills. And so the reason that I wanted to go ahead and throw Xonia here is that when I do my 2 damage, I'm still going to get the 2 poison from Todd before Xonia's takes over. Which means that I'm still going to end up effectively doing 4 damage this round, and then 1 more from Xonia next round. I'm going to end up losing anyway when he gets Hawken, so the real thing is that oh, he went with Hawken, which means maybe I'll catch him anyway? Interesting. Okay. Well, either way, we lost horribly here because I did not go ahead and trust my instincts the way that I should have. We wasted our Redra, and that was the real reason why I didn't really want to do that, but I was hoping that HB Mark would at least do something a little bit similar. So be it. That is the reason why you do not want to waste your DR like that, but I thought for sure he was going to play Walkie instead of Hawken, which I'm sure he was counting on as well. So, great game, HB Mark. The good news for us, though, is that we did indeed get 5 poison damage in, which is exactly what we wanted, which is fantastic. This is another reason why I absolutely hate Todd. With just 1 damage, even with his 2, it's good for nothing but actual poison. So, oh yes. Alright, so we're 0-1. We're 0-1 right now. Let's go into our second battle. Here we've got Stealth over at 3515, level 15. We've got Dan, Abby, Odile, and Ray deck, which is actually quite a good deck, versus our Rascal, Dunia CR, Kefren, and Redra. So our only poison cards this time are Dunia and Rascal. So obviously Rascal is going to do us a little bit better than normal. Abby, probably this is a very large first round Abby because Abby is an absolute monster. And so we want to squelch and destroy this Abby as we can, but we also need to watch out for later rounds with Odile or Radek. This really makes me want to go in with Dunia first. But remember we said that we wanted to prioritize our piranhas first. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with 8. This is gonna require a 10 pill in order to beat, and if he's willing to go all the way into 10, then this game was probably gonna be over anyway to begin with. Okay, so we only went to 35, so I could have backed off a little bit more, but I am glad that I decided to go to 64 anyway. So we are now down 3 pills, but we have a significant, well, at least a nice start. Okay, so next, it really doesn't matter if we lead with Kefren or Redra. So I think for right now, because we want Kefren to just kind of stay alive, we're going to go ahead and throw Redra, because Kefren can be used as an attacking card, and we'd like to try and set up Dunia against someone else in a slightly better fashion. I guess one thing that was I forgot to mention as well is that in most of these missions, Toxin also counts the same as Poison. So if you have Toxin cards instead of Poison cards, those will also work. I have no idea why Stealth Over just played 4 pills on Radek against Dunia, against Redra. That's really weird. Okay, well, anyway, I think we can basically guarantee our win here by playing Dunia, because that's going to be... Yep, because then we can follow up with Kefren versus Dan, and that's going to be the end of that. So Odile, because it's 6 versus 6, we will pull out our win with Dunia. So we actually have won this game. Not very lucky though. Good game, Stealth Over. Oh, it looks like we have leveled up to level 89 now. Thank goodness. It was very important. Alright, so we are now 1-1. Alright, let's head in for our third match. We are 1-1. We're up against Superhero Flow, level 43 from it's Germany. Got Gaia, Kirk, Nymphia, and Ulawele, and we have the old Gaia. Versus our Grish, Dunia, Kefren, and Redra. So we have our Grish, which is awesome. The bad thing is that he does not have his bonus, which means that he is going to be considerably behind all of these 9-powered maniacs here. However, Grish is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage, and he really doesn't have anything to stop me. So if we assume, let's say 7 pill, it's going to be 63. I would need to go to 66. This is just absolutely absurd, guys. I mean, this is not something I would normally do. He's going to be able to counter with Ulawele as well, countering one of our poison. But both Gaia and Kirk have low. He's not going to throw Nymphia, but I can still reduce both with Kefra and Redra. You know, I think I'm just going to go all the way in, because if he goes all the way in to cover me, that would be absolutely ridiculous. So, saving 2 pills I don't really think is going to do me any good in the long run. It's actually a really bad idea for me to do this. I probably should have saved 2 pills. However, Grish does have a good 4 damage. He does, okay, we're going to get rid of Gaia as well, who had a solid, large amount of damage. Oh, wow! The end. He actually went all the way in with Gaia. Wow. That is not what you normally see in ELO. That's crazy. Superhero Flow, did you just like super call me? Because even if you called me, you didn't need to play that many pills, man. You did not need to play that many pills. Well, I guess one of the few things we've got going for us right now is that we can probably win 2 of these. Well, maybe not now. I guess not. I was gonna say we can probably win 2 of these rounds, but I think we can only win. I think we can only win 1 now. He did play the correct one for the next round. Well, I should have saved those 2 pills. Here I was complaining about saying I should not have saved any pills. If I had saved those 2 pills, I think we would have won this, guys. Oh, I feel quite foolish now. We can win this next round, though, because we can beat Kirk if we lead with Xonia, but this is not going to be nearly enough to win us the match. Wow, I can't believe he went all in with Gaia. That is absolutely ridiculous. Holy moly. But I guess there's not much I can say. Alright, good game, Superhero Flow. Alright, so we are 1 and 2 now, and we're heading into our 4th match against Solomon, level 63. We got Brittany, Ella, Phelan, and Lena, looks like his lows are draw, versus our Emerald Coco, Pess, Rascal, and Redra. So we have 2 of our poison. We will be leading first. He basically has no power to his name except for Lena, who will be able to skirt around our Redra. So Redra is basically useless this time. So we're really looking at what do we want to do with Pest and Rascal. So let's see. Well, let's go ahead and lead with Rascal. And I'm going to go ahead and play 8, just in case he decides to go in big with Lena to begin with. There's no reason for him to do that, unless he's just absolutely desperate to get this. Chances are much better that he's either going to try a mid-pill Phelan or a mid-pill Brittany. There's no reason for him to throw Ella. He's going to try and match Ella up with Pess. Lena, he'll want to match up with either Emerald Coco or Redra because that's going to give 2 more additional power. Alright, so we do see an early Lena. The question is how big did he go? Okay, he went 5. Alright, I guess our 7 pill was not as bad of a play as I thought it was going to be. Alright, so we've knocked out his 1 big damage. He has no way to prevent the damage that has already been done to him. He's got nothing but 2 or 3 damage left, so I'm pretty sure this game is over. Not quite. Does manage to perfectly call me somehow in the next 3 rounds. He could come back. That's for sure, but it's going to be really hard. With a card like Ella, I really just need to save Pest to either go against Ella or Brittany. But I can now use Emerald Coco and Redra to keep 2 of his cards at 1. And my main goal at this point is going to be simply to try and drain his pills in order to make sure that I win one of these. Play Redra now, that's going to force him to play at least 1 pill, which means that he will only have 7. Brittany would be at 42, and 9, 51. I'd still be able to beat me. Oh goodness. But if he plays Ella, he's still going to have to play 1. Ella would be 35. I guess the main thing here is to try and maximize usefulness, so I'm gonna... I guess the best way to do this, I really should have probably played a slightly different way. I probably should have played Redra versus Phelan. We're gonna go half in. The reason we played Pest first is because we're hoping that that's gonna force him to play Brittany instead of playing Ella. Really the goal here is just to make sure that he doesn't get a chance to Fury with anyone. If he can't Fury, then we should be safe. Going halfway in means that he cannot, hopefully he does not like 1 or 2 pill. I think I've got enough to cover a 2 pill Brittany. Okay, he did go all in, excellent. That's what we were hoping for. Good game, Solomon. Okay guys, we are now 2-2. We're at 10-13 ELO. And go back to the room and we'll refresh one more time before we get into our 5th match. Okay guys, just to show you again, we are on our 5th match now, 10-13 ELO. Let's go ahead and play. See if we become 3-2 or 2-3. If this deck is absolutely horrible or if it's just mildly horrible. Alright, oh, we got a Sacrom deck. Great. We've got Anachrom, Dustin, Ingrath, and Wakai versus our Amaryl, Coco, Greesh, Hess, and Dunia CR. Alright, so it looks like we basically have a lot, we don't have any of our DR, which is unfortunate for us. Thankfully, we do have quite a bit of SOB. We have no worry about SOA. The one thing we do need to worry about is Anachrom's ability to copy and cancel our own SOB to use against us. And so, let's see. Chances are pretty good he'd want to start with Ingrath. I'm going to go ahead and go with Greesh again. My goal is to be able to stop a 7-pill, be 49, even an 8-pill would be 56. So I'm going to go ahead and fight now. Hopefully he does not go to 9, but this can stop up to an 8-pill Ingrath. SPT NEO5. Sorry, did I already say the cards? Anachrom, Dustin, Ingrath, and Wakai versus our Amaryl, Coco, Greesh, Hess, and CR. I think I already said it. So what we're looking at here is probably he's going to start with either Anachrom or Ingrath. The reason you want to start with Ingrath, again, is because he's got that -3. But because he's got a whole bunch of plus life and some other stuff going, it's very easy to go with Anachrom, which he may want to do because of the copy out bonus, allowing him to get the -8 as well. But that would actually hurt him in the long run, same as an Ingrath 8-pill. So we do see Ingrath. The question is he going to go with like 5 or 8, anywhere in there? Okay, he went with 6. Excellent. So we could have left a few more pills for ourselves, but this is exactly what we wanted because Ingrath was his biggest damage card. He can no longer use Ingrath in order to cause a lot of trouble for us later. And so now, what that means is we now have Amaryl Coco, who we can use to force his Anachrom to have to play a few more pills if needed. We have Wakai here as well. Let's, again, the main goal here. He probably has not played that many of Wakai. Remember, we always say we don't want people to have to play that many on round 2. So I think because we've said this a lot of times, I'm just going to be super reckless because why not? We're going to go all in with Pest. I don't think he's going to try and cover an all-in versus Wakai. Yep. As always, the round 2, we do not see very much. And the reason this is awesome is because we've now done 6 damage. We're going to get 2 more, down to 2 because Greesh's min is 2. And now we are basically going to KO him no matter what. So this is the game. So good game, SPT NEO5. I know I usually don't say too much up to the end, but this is one of the main things that I wanted to try and show specifically for a poison deck. And one of the things that you want to do, like this especially in ELO, is that once you win in round 1, people do not expect you to try and win again in round 2. So if you hit them round 1, even if it's really hard, you can tell that they're probably going to go in quite a few pills. As you've seen, almost everyone has tried to go quite a few pills against us. And then SPT NEO5 just let us win that one. Okay, well, anyway, good game. So 10-31 ELO. We have ended 3-2, which is actually not that bad, but still, for a deck like this, you're gonna have to play like not normally. So like I did just there, you're gonna want to try and win round 1 with quite a few pills, and then you're gonna want to win round 2 by going in basically with all the rest of your pills, and then hope you have enough in order to finish them off. If you're lucky enough, we were able to get quite a few stars up on a lot of our opponents today. If we had been down in stars, that would have put us in a really bad situation. We didn't have to go against a lot of guys with more stars than us. So don't get too into this deck. It's not quite as good as you think it is. But overall, it did the job. It worked for now. Let's go ahead and go back to the room. See how we did on our poison missions. I'm just curious. again to show you, just in case you are unsure. Just prove that. Sorry, go to our missions. Let's see how we actually did on our poison missions. I think we were able to at least 5 or 10 for both of our legendary missions. Except for that third game, I think we were able to get at least 1 in every match. So we were able to go ahead and get 7 in for Skeelz, and we were able to get 7 in for Piranhas. So overall, not too bad for 5 games. 5 games, we got 14 poison damage in.